welcome to the Jump Inside Game Awards 2024. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Now, throughout the whole of the year 2024, I have been playing lots and lots of different types of video games. And at the end of the year, we come up with interesting titled awards and give them out to the games that we feel and think deserve it, including that all-important Jump Inside Game of the Year award. Now, this year we did it by vote. We sent out a survey and we sent them out to all of our closest friends, and Mr. Behind the Scenes Lewis counted all of those results up and sent them to me on a PDF document, and I'm here to tell you the results that we received. But before I do, we need to go over those all-important rules, and this year we have 5 of them. Rule number 1, if a game came out this year, it can be included for an award. Rule number 2, if I played the game this year, it can also be included for an award. Rule number 3, recommendation awards are the only exception to the first 2 rules. Rule number 4, Game of the Year has to have at least been a nomination of a previous award. And finally, number 5, my word is final. Now, let's get started with an intro. Yes, let's get on with the very first award of the night, and it is going to go out to the best scary game. Whether it's got zombies, ghosts, or jump scares inside it, here are the nominations that we have chosen. 1. Silent Hill 2. 2. The console edition of Phasmophobia. 3. Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. 4. Alone in the Dark. And the winner of the Best Scary Game Award is the console edition of Phasmophobia. Honestly, I cannot tell you how scary it is to walk into a house knowing that there's a ghost inside there and they could lock the house or location that you're stepping into at any point. You have to discover what the ghost is, but you've got no weapons against you apart from the detection gear, which is mainly made for detecting what ghost it is. So you have to go into a house, you have to try and detect what ghost that you're hunting, and then you have to get out the house and report it. Meanwhile, while you're doing that, the ghost is allowed to hunt you, and you can't stop it except from hiding. So it very much turns into a run and hide away game, except you can't really run, so you have to make sure that you're always close to a hiding spot at any one time, and if the ghost appears, oh, it gets really scary. Anyway, that's the game for you. That is Phasmophobia right there, and yeah, it's a good game. Anyway, moving on to the next game. And this award goes to the best space game. And we have a couple of contenders. We have Star Wars Outlaw, Star Trucker, Star Wars Bounty Hunter Remastered, and Satisfactory. And the award goes out to Satisfactory for being just an awesome game. Yes, it's set on another world, it's set in space, you drop down on a planet, and your mission is to save the world. How do you do that? By collecting and making resources, sending them back to Earth. Yes, this game has a story, but what you'll be doing is mostly ignoring the story and just building your own factory and creating loads of different resources from nothing. It's just a really good factory game where you can build stuff, and it blows my mind how good this game is, and honestly, it gets the best space game award because it's just awesome and it's set in space. The next game on our list is the best realm or reality type video game. A game set in a different realm or reality. And we've got a few contenders for this. We got 3 exactly. These 3 contenders are Life is Strange Double Exposure, Dragon Age Veilguard, and Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. And the winner of the Realm or Reality Award is none other than Life is Strange Double Exposure. I have been playing this recently on stream, and I am loving every second. Instead of traveling through time, Max now can travel between 2 different realities. I'm not going to tell you the full-on story of this game. If you do want to check it out, we are doing a playthrough on stream. I just want to say that this new story is absolutely class. I love all of the Life is Strange stories, and this is no different. I absolutely love it. Anyway, we'll move on to the next game. And the next game is the Most Annoyed Game Award. Yes, this one's a little bit of a weird one, but this one's going out to the game that kind of annoyed us as a community, annoyed me as a fan, and may have annoyed you as a fan as well. There are 4 games in this category, so let's read them out. There's Payday 3 for the loading times getting into a game. There's Prison Architect 2 for the amount of release dates that it's missed, and now it's coming out sometime next year, I believe. There's Skull and Bones for just kind of not hitting the marks that I generally believe fans wanted it to hit. And finally, we have Dragon Age for just disappointing us in loads of different areas. And the winner of this award is Dragon Age Veilguard. And the reason we're saying Dragon Age Veilguard is because this isn't just a game, this is a franchise of a story, and it's meant to be a thing where we want to play it, we want to continue the story, and it just didn't hit those marks. I made a whole video about the things that I just generally didn't like about the game. I was very disappointed in it, and do you know what? That's the reason that gets the award. This was actually tied to 2 other games, but I'm just giving Veilguard a bonus point there just to even out the odds. But the other 2 games were also Skull and Bones and Payday 3. Now, the next award is the Best Movie/TV Series Award, and to be honest with you, this year's been pretty good for video game TV series and movies, because I've got quite a few of them on my list, and I can't wait to read them to you. We've had Borderlands, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Knuckles, Fallout, and Halo 2. And I am going to announce the winner of this award goes to Fallout. It is proving to me that video games can be a movie or a TV series, because I don't think Sonic was that far off. But Fallout was an excellent series. It just proves that it can be done. With the right people, the right game, the right direction, and the right crew, you can make a pretty damn good TV series from a video game. And Fallout just hit all those marks for me. Anyway, we'll move on to the next award. And the next award is the Animal Award. It's the best game where you play as an animal. Now, there is a few games that came out this year where you can play as an animal. One being Goat Simulator Remastered, another being Squirrel with a Gun, and the third being Black Myth Wukong. Now, I did have a comment saying, is Black Myth Wukong actually where you play as an animal or a mythical creature? But I'll tell you one thing, it's definitely an animal. In the description, it says monkey, so I'm classing that as an animal. So, the winner of this award is Black Myth Wukong. It is awesome. Basically, in this game, you play as a monkey and you have loads of awesome fighting stuff. It's based on a legend. It is awesome in every right. I absolutely love this game. And you know what? There's nothing else I can add to this. This is just a very legendary game this year. Now, the next award is the Travel Award, and this goes out to the best game that gets you from A to B. And we have a few contenders in this round. The first contender is Train Sim World 5. Then we have Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Then we've got Star Trucker, a very nice little space game there. And we also have Taxi Life, a city driving simulator where you drive around Barcelona. And the winner of this award is Train Sim World 5. Yes, I absolutely love this one. I was actually quite surprised that this one won it because I didn't think the votes would go this way. I thought they were going to go Taxi Life. But do you know what? I'm so glad this won it. I played this for a little bit and I absolutely loved every second. You can do a new mode called Conductor where you just get to ride the train. Your little part of the job is asking for tickets and opening and closing the doors, but just chilling out, riding the train, just watching the train go from A to B. Just a beautiful thing. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely love this. It definitely deserves the award. I might be the only person who's given it out for the conductor part of it, but generally, I love this game. So yeah, there you go. That's the game that gets it. It is, of course, Train Sim World 5. Now moving on to the next game, and it's going to be the Best Simulator Representation Award. This goes out to the best game that represented its simulation. And we have a few games down in this list. So we've got Planet Coaster 2, Farming Simulator 25, Microsoft Flight Simulator 24, Train Sim World 5, EA Sports FC 25, WWE 2K24, and Taxi Life, a city driving simulator. And the winner of this award is none other than Farming Simulator 25. Yes, it's a game where you have a farm, you do some farming, and you grow some crops. You got a tractor and all that kind of stuff, and you grow crops, you sell them, all that kind of stuff. It's Farming Simulator 25. It is a game where you farm, and yeah, it's brilliant. It's a simulator, and yeah, there you go. And we'll move on to the final award before we get down to the Game of the Year. Is the Every Year Award, and it's the game that normally gets released every year, or at least it's on its like 10th sequel or something. And we've got a couple of games for this. It's Tomb Raider 1 to 3 remastered for all the Tomb Raider games that have ever been released. We've got Black Ops 6 representing the Call of Duty franchise. EA Sports FC, this is counting the EA Sports FC games plus the FIFA games. The WWE 2K24, this is representing all the wrestling games. Train Sim World 5, this is representing Train Sim World and Train Simulator Classics. And that is it. And the winner of this award is... And it's a tie between Black Ops 6, EA Sports FC, and WWE 2K24. I am the final vote in this if we get a tie. And the winner that I'm going to pick out of these three games is... It's a really tough one. It's Black Ops 6. Yes, Black Ops 6 was phenomenal this year. They actually improved. They put it on the Xbox Game Pass for 3. They allowed loads more people to get into Call of Duty without having to pay a penny if they're on Game Pass. Well done to Black Ops 6. And yeah, and here's to the Call of Duty franchise as a whole. And we're going to move on to Game of the Year, but just before we do, we have two recommendations. First, coming in from BlueFox.
The best game I've played this year was without a doubt Nintendo's Pikmin 4. While the game was released last year, I've only got the chance to play it recently, and I adored it. The fourth entry of the famous real-time strategy game is simply phenomenal. The storyline is charming, the art direction is very inspired, and the gameplay is spectacular. It's so fun to control hundreds of Pikmin to defeat great enemies and find collectibles, even for 20 plus hours. In my opinion, no game highlights a sense of progression better than Pikmin 4. In fact, I made a whole video about progression in games. It should be linked somewhere on screen. Anyhow, this was all for me. Back to the awards.
And one more coming in from Kamizoide Gaming.
The best game that I've played in 2024 that I highly recommend is Ninja Gaiden Masters Collection. A bundle of 3 incredible games. If you're a fan of fast-paced action game, then this is for you. Play as the badass Ryo Hayabusa. The game has simple yet in-depth gameplay system, epic boss fights, and a lot of content for hardcore players for free, which is hard to see these days. So if you're looking for a fun, engaging hack and slash challenging game, then try out the Ninja Gaiden Masters Collection. I highly recommend it.
And now, the moment that you've all been waiting for, the Game of the Year for 2024 from JumpInside Games is none other than Satisfactory. Yes, I'm bringing it to a close with Satisfactory. It's the game where you're on an alien world. You're very much there to build and build and build, and nothing quite says Game of the Year like building stuff. And I'm not going to say the ending of the game, but the ending is absolutely epic. The upgrades that they keep putting onto this game are absolutely epic. And just the whole game is it just takes you into a whole new world, and it just keeps you there forever. And there's loads of different biomes. It's massive, it's free roam. You can pretty much do anything you want. I think a game that lets you design anything and everything about anything that you want, and then goes, hey, let's put mods up on the game, because it has its own section of mods as well on top of it. You can just have all of that on your dinner plate when you play this game. It's a fabulous game. Honestly, the game of the year for me and from all of us here at JumpInside Games is none other than Satisfactory. Thank you so much. And we've got one more video coming out until the end of the year. And that is it. That is a wrap up for this year. And I will see you guys very soon. Goodbye.